Welcome back, folks, to the Ark. Another edition here. We've kind of moved away from, our suitcase series. We did 4 practices. I think you guys get the idea of the different, systems we can target using simple, no equipment moves. Today, we're going to get into, and this is what, day 4 for us, right?
Day 4.
Day 4 of our 6-day practice week. So we're getting into some upper body core ring play. We're going to do a lot of rings today. When I was trying to dream up to practice, I went with, all right, we've sort of been working full body the last, for the last 4 practices in a row. What would Missy want to do today, and what do I kind of feel like doing, and give some parts of our body a little rest for, an extra 24 hours. And I know she loves the rings. So
the thing is, I love the rings when I can run across from side to side, swing and all of that. And this one, after Michael showed me all the moves, I said this practice is the evolutionary, not for the faint-hearted.
Tomorrow is going to be lower body. She can swing, okay? There's going to be a link on this practice, so you can click on it to go see the moves, the subtleties in the moves, to pre-practice yourself, pre-ice yourself, I call it, and then come back to this practice. So it's there. So anyways, what we're doing today is some ring play. We've sort of gone through the moves we had that were our suitcase moves, where we packed them up and they could go with us anywhere we want and target different systems. We did 4 practices in a row. Now we're going to move into something a little different. Some upper body, make muscles friendly with the whole upper body, kind of a gymnastic ring routine we're going to do, and that's always a real strength friendly move.
Put you through the ringer.
So we've got 9 moves. We've broken them down into 3 per cycle. So we've done this format in the past. It's a 4 by 30 second, and what that means is the first 3 moves, we have no rest built into the transition. We do 30 seconds of move 1, 30 seconds of 2, 30 seconds of 3, followed by a 30-second rest. Okay? Now we're going to do that 4 times for the first 3 moves. And then we get an extra 30 seconds rest, so we get a full minute before we start cycle number 2. 3 new moves, same format, all upper body. And then the same thing for the 3rd cycle, exactly 3 new moves. Now, as we've said in the link below, these are moves that you can use. They're primarily upper body core moves, and you use your legs to spot yourself. So when you're doing this practice, only use as much leg strength as you need, relying primarily on your upper body core to move through the rings, all right? That's the deal. But these are good spotters. Tomorrow when we do lower body on the rings, then these will become the spotters. These we're going to work primarily. But today, for today's purpose, use these as sparing as you can. Okay? Yeah. Develop that relationship with your upper body to know just how much you have to give here to help facilitate these moves. Okay? So I'm ready to rock and roll. Missy, what time is it?
Time to move.
Okay, I'm going to hit the timer. She's ready to go. Now that's going to be followed by a grok, dip, hold, knee up, high knees. Okay, and that's where you'll use your body, your lower body to help spot, but only that much that you need to. 2, 3. Alright, so now I'm going to go straight into the dip. High knee. Boom, boom. And then lower myself. And then power up using just what I need for my legs and no more. 1, 2. And then we hold it at the top for those high knees. Now you have to stay stable there, right? As best you can. Okay, now it's a wing out in Superman, and this is a movement. I'm going to move into the Superman, and I'm going to move back into the wing out. to explode. Lots of core and what I call the ski muscles of the back, right up under your armpits. All right, we got a 30-second transition to rest, and we'll start that over again. That was number 1 of 4. All right.
Pull this over still a little more to change it after.
Yeah. There you go. All right, going back to ring number 1, or move number 1 on the rings. That's the rocker chin-up. In 5 seconds. So again, there's a bit of a row movement in there, but I'm trying to pull myself over my feet and then up into a pull-up. Keeping the row part to a minimum, but it's a nice transition. From row to pull-up. All right, so now we go into the dip. High knee, boom, boom. And then we go. Okay. Wing up. Step forward, Superman. Wing back. Step back, wing out. Step forward, Superman. All right, that's number 2. How you doing, miss?
Good. Oh, I think I could unplug my heater.
Yeah, it's just I knew it wouldn't take long for us to get pretty warm. All right, folks. Round 3 coming up. Now we know the moves. Nice. All right, rocker chin. Right into the dip. Okay. Dip. High knee. Boom, boom. Dip. 1, 2. Dip. 1, 2. Dip. 1, 2. All right. Wing out, Superman. Wing out. Superman. Wing out. Truly trying to explode on that wing out so that I can get that forward momentum into Superman. And then lean into that Superman. Really put your weight out there. Nice. All right, that's round 3. Nice, you can kiss your partner. How many of you can say you can kiss your workout partner? I bet not many. Maybe there should be more. All right, last time through this. Rocker chin up. Now, if I keep my hands facing that wall and they'll come out a little wider the whole time. You get a little different feel. Instead of facing the hands, this time face them towards the wall. And you'll see what I mean. It's a little bit more widening in the back, right? A little bit, that muscle. And you want to use all the muscles pretty evenly. All right, straight into that dip and hold. All right. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. That one, even if you had to keep one foot on the ground, that's fine, right? Oh, sorry, I gotta go to Superman. I'm talking too much. Lots of core on that Superman too. All right, now we get an extra 30 seconds. So we're gonna need all three out there.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to move these when the time comes.
Well, you need them for your third move.
Yeah, I'll pull them out. Because it's in 30 seconds. Oh no, I don't.
You don't have any transition time, right?
Okay.
Ring press, ring curl.
Oh, I don't need.
So you can just go off that way, right? I
Yeah.
kind of set them on either side of the thing for you.
That's right.
All right, we get 25 seconds here, rest still. We get the extra 30 seconds, right?
Okay.
And then we're going to go into a pike press, ring curl, ring roll muscle up. So that's when we'll change the rings after that second move, right? All right, so I'm going to do my pike press here. Find your sweet spot so that you can do as much upper body as you can. The farther you get away from the center line of those rings, you get a little easier to do it. Alright, so now I'm just stepping forward into my curl and then stepping back, keeping weight forward the whole time. That's it. Lean into that curl, you guys. You girls. Step back as you need. Alright, so now I got to do a ring row and a muscle up. Alright, row to a muscle up. Row to a muscle up. Row to a muscle up. Row to a muscle. Alright, that's round one. Round one, Missy, what do you think about that? Time flies when you're having fun.
Definitely not for the faint-hearted. Okay, first our ring pike press.
Ring pike press. Alright, find your sweet spot. However you go into it, come out of it. That same trajectory. This one's primarily a shoulder and tricep movement. All right, step forward to your curl. And step back, leaning forward. Get that forward fold lean in there, folks, as much as you're capable of. That keeps tension on those biceps. That's the key here, keep tension. I got this post right here. All right, now I'm going to do my row into my muscle. Row into my muscle. Row, muscle. Row, muscle. Whoa.
Is this our third time now?
Second.
We just finished our second.
Yeah.
We're starting our third.
Starting third.
Okay.
Pike press. Two. Three. Five. Seven. All right. Step forward. Big curl. Okay, let's go back in. Move number 3 to that row. Explode up. All right. Gotta remember that one beeps 3 times. All right. Last round in this middle cycle. All right, here we go. Time under tension, baby. Are your biceps under tension? All right. Last time through the row. To muscle up. Alright, that time I just made up for the time before. Alright, 30 seconds. Now I don't think we need these 3 anymore, miss, or these higher ones.
Okay.
in these last 3. Ring hang, ring pike, push up and pike. So that's different than the press. Now we're looking for a push, okay? And then the ring plank, arms extended, core plank. So I'm gonna ring hang first. No, we get 30 more seconds. And
I thought I already did ring push up and pike.
no, you did press,
Oh, press.
right?
Okay.
This is a push up.
Right. Okay.
Push up and then bring it back to pike, and then out into plank, and then push up.
That's the one that I
All right, so I'm going to start with the ring hang. Missy will come to the ring hang second. Now I'll give her a little bench to stand on if she needs it. Sorry, I just wanted.
Let's see. I'm confused here.
Ah! All right, Missy and I'll switch. All right, so now we go into plank. Push that there, and we just plank. March. Whatever I want. Pendulum. Knee to elbow. Knee to elbow. Just whatever feels good. Curtsy. Curtsy. Knee in.
Oh boy.
All right. That's a load.
Oh my.
Now, if you had to, you could put one knee on the ground. You know what I mean?
I had to.
And still play with the other knee up. That's cool.
Ring. Push up and pike.
As always, assist yourself how you need to, right? You gotta go the other way, Missy.
Oh. I should have hung first, then I could have watched you.
Well, we pre-iced a long time, so
I know, but we did so many, right?
that's okay. You don't need that one, I guess. All right, now I'm switching.
I like that one. When I get it right.
All right, now I go right into a plank. March, 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 wide mountain climber, close mountain climber, whatever works. Wide, wide, curtsy, curtsy, ah, whoa. All right, Missy, do you want to go over this move or what? You got to face that way
Okay.
and go out into what's comfortable to do a push-up.
Once
And then
I'm
a plank.
facing,
There you
once
go.
I'm
Yeah,
facing the right way, it's
There you
no
go.
problem.
that's good. Oh, this is superior grip strength. Nice, miss. Beauty. Step up if it's too hard. Step up. Step up and get your pusher. Atta girl. Okay. I'm squeezing myself here, guys. Trying to keep weight on my arms as I come into my pike. All my weight that I can is on my arms. Alright, last one. I'm going to switch around, get into my plank. Wide mountain climber. Close, close, close. Curtsy, wherever I can think of. Pendulum. Pendulum. Wide. Close. Close. Wide. Hold the plank. Nice job, Missy. Last one, guys. Last one coming up. I know this is a serious strength tester.
Especially after falling.
Yeah? You're doing great. You're doing awesome, Missy. Beautiful push-up, Missy. Great plank.
Thank you, babe.
Oh, all right. Over to my push-up. Nice pike. Nice pike. Nice pike. Nice pike.
Hey.
Okay, gotta switch it up. All right, switch it up into plank. Here we go. Wide mountain climber, I like that one. Narrow, narrow, pendulum, pendulum, knee to elbow. Curtsy, curtsy. That was just about what I had to give there, Missy. Good job, my dear. Beauty. She's quite the trooper, folks.
Quite the test.
All right, folks. That was about less than a minute for us to transition or thereabouts. So, without further ado, I'm going to let Missy take away the ring practice today. How'd it go for you?
Oh, the ring practice took me away. It annihilated me. No, I would say that the ring practice and the rings in general have always been they've always revealed where my strength lies and where my strength is yet to be evolved. This is our evolutionary week. This ring practice absolutely contributed to the evolution of my strength with the rings. It incorporated all different kinds of ring moves that are, surprisingly enough for me, who's become like a real fan of the rings, my least favorite ring practice. Because, as I was saying earlier on, it calls upon those kind of muscles that I've really paid very little attention to. And it was so subtle to actually pinpoint the real target of the practice with the moves that I was using. So, for example, we had to be in the plank to then go into the pike, for example, that was, or the push-up to go into the pike. And I think we also did a pike with a press. And that was a totally similar movement, but extremely different, and evoking the main action in another part of the upper body muscles. So there was a lot going on, a lot that I wasn't familiar with. The first one I took a little while in our pre-ice to get, but then I did understand it. I understood that if I roll myself into that position, then I can use the pull-up for the chin-up, which is going to be different than what we did when we rode, and we went right into a muscle-up. That was a completely different kind of move. The one that was the most challenging for me was the curl. I had a really hard time coordinating to manage the plank extension. I think we did a plank there. The plank with my arms back was really challenging. Maybe I wasn't exactly in the right spot on the floor. You really have to be in the right distance for your strength, which I was still discovering in this practice. I think it got better as I went along, but I had to work at it every single time. So I would say that for the most part, the one move that felt really uncomplicated was hanging. All I needed to do was hold on to the rings and just hang. And it always felt really good. The hanging, after all of that other intense pressure, the hanging gives you a good pull. It gives everything a chance to just stretch out. And I was also dealing with a little bit of the impact of a collapse that happened in the pre-ice when the ring gave way on me while I was depending on it to hold me up. So then I ended up falling on my right side again and feeling it a little still, but it didn't stop me, which was a great thing. And it was a very, very challenging practice for sure for the upper body, and of course the core was involved. The legs did the minimum if you could help it, because it's easy to get your legs involved because it makes the moves easier. But that wasn't the goal, and tomorrow I think we're going to see how to get the legs involved and get them to work the way we got our upper body to work today. So that's all I would have to say. I feel glad that I went through the practice. It was a very strong practice. I was not overly successful, I feel, in some of the moves for sure. And that's okay, because we're evolving. And this is our evolutionary week. And it also shows that no matter how much experience you have from the past, there's always more and more and more to be revealed.
And so, folks, the cool point of what Missy's saying is the body works, in harmony, right? And so even when you're using your legs to help assist, it's a natural way that the body would move. And we were just trying to overload the upper body by asking the lower body that wants to get involved in those moves to back off a little bit. So there's certainly no wrong way of doing this. And when we're doing these moves, And the body wants to move in harmony with itself, right? It doesn't want one muscle to work by itself. It isn't how we're built. And so when we're doing, stuff on the rings and we need help from a certain body part to make it through that move, that's the way we're designed to be. We were just trying to overload the upper body today. But in the real world, the legs would want to move wherever it could to support any climbing we were doing, anything at all that we were doing. One wants to support the other. So there's no right or wrong. It's just on purpose we were trying to overload, one part of the body, like we'll do tomorrow, right? And that's cool. But understand that the end goal is that all these muscles work as friends in harmony with each other. And I think that's one of the things that bothers, gets my attention. Let's just say it gets my attention when we looked in that fitness place in our town here, our local town, and it was full of machines. And machines that primarily lock you into a position and demand movement from, one or two parts of the body and then supporting the rest. And so I think that's a limiting way to get real world strength compared to kind of things that you can do in the real world that demand a lot of different muscles helping and supporting. So I liked what we did in here today, and I definitely got the upper body and the core tested. And, I had to be friendly wherever I had to be friendly, and that's okay, because it got me through the moves that on my own, if I had have isolated the muscles, I wouldn't have been able to have done. So what kind of practice would I have if I wasn't able to move through the practice? So whatever you need to assist to help familiarize yourself, strengthen yourself in a movement is totally cool, right? Because you're not losing anywhere. Doesn't hurt to have my legs a little bit involved and to make a relationship from my mind to my legs to my upper to go, okay, I got 70% going here and I got 30% going there, and recognizing that you have that connection. So that's what happened today. Some of the moves were 100% upper body, some were 90, some were 80, some were whatever they were, depending on the angle I got to. And so there was a lot of recognition going on in this practice besides the obvious strengthening the body practice, right? So recognizing footwork, recognizing where you were placing yourself, moving through from, say, the wing out to the Superman, and the other moves that we did were combination moves, right? Like the curl. You find that you're working the body essentially not to assist that particular muscle, but to help it work a little harder. And so by foot placement and determination, that was going on. But it's all recognition. It's all complete body recognition. So this is a really cool practice. And when we have to learn new moves, like Missy and I haven't done this practice before, and sometimes it's a little brain teasing and brain testing, and there's nothing wrong with that either. We really do want to not always be in a position where we're on autopilot. Sometimes I like to get on my bike and just go on autopilot, and that's cool. But if I was in traffic on that bike, I'm not going to get into autopilot because I need to know what's going on around me. And so when we are multitasking, let's call it multitasking in a move that incorporates the brain, that's creating an awareness in a situation where things are happening around us, and having the ability to realign those things and make sense of them in a meaningful way with a positive outcome. If you lose that ability, you are going to be in a chaotic state, an unsure state, an unsafe state, many different situations you put yourself in. And so unless you're willing to stay inside your safe little zone, you're going to be testing yourself some way. And so this prepares us for that. Missy and I like to get out of our comfort zone. It's part of what we do in the iMove on a regular basis. And I have to tell you, it's why I believe that in Missy's age and sage, she is alert, vital, capable. There's nothing really that she looks at. She said to me the other day, I know now at this stage in my life that if there's something that I want to do, I'm going to be able to figure it out. I am going to accept that challenge and I'm going to be able to accomplish that. Now, that if you think that doesn't extend from here, there, or there, here, it's all interchanged with each other, right? The ability here to have to move and think and quick and adapt and accomplish and find success, you take that everywhere. And what you're doing up there, if you're finding that, you bring it in here and you do it in here. So this is a really life-orientated program. It's a read and react program, and it keeps us vital, aware, and functioning and capable. All right? And capable is a huge word. I've used that in the past, and Missy and I were talking about that a while back. That what does that word really mean? Well, someday, maybe next week, my theme for the week will be capable, if we haven't already done it. But then we'll get more into that. But it's a much, much broader spectrum than just the word I'm capable. What does that really mean? Well, we just had a capable practice, all right? And so you figure out everything that went into that practice for us to say we had a capable practice. Okay.
I wasn't quite as capable, but...
We're developing the ability to be capable. If I'd have brought this practice to Missy when I first met her, it would have been a disaster. Just a disaster. Because I'm telling you, the one practice in our world together, and it's been almost 5 years now, 4.5 years where we've been really tight. The one practice I can say in all that time that was not successful, in my opinion, was a ring practice. And she just wasn't strong enough to do some of the moves I thought she was. And so, like she said earlier, that exposed and identified those areas of weakness. Now, if we went back to that same practice, she'd have that one down. This was a little different movements again and some different subtleties, right? But she has the base now behind her that if we did this practice 2 more times in a row, she would own this practice. I'm not saying it would be, a breeze, but she would own the moves, right? So that's because she's capable. Now, if you can make sense of that, do. Otherwise, we'll talk about it next week for our theme, right? This is evolutionary. This week is an evolutionary theme, and having said that, I'm going to pass that over to Missy for her kind, wise, uplifting words.
As you've been speaking, there are 2 different things that were happening in my mind, and they're going to come together in this particular phrase and verse that comes from the Upanishads, which describes that the whole is made up of the sum of its parts. But the nature of it is that if you take any part away from the whole, it is still whole. And not only that, the part itself has all those attributes of the whole. When we are doing a practice, we are the whole being, and we are addressing the parts. And the parts are there to complement the whole body. And by learning about each individual part, we become much more capable at bringing that part into its highest performance for the whole body's benefit. This is on a physical plane. We really saw that today, that not only did I have the parts that I was focusing on, which were the upper body parts, and using the lower body only as little as possible, but I had to use my mental acuity. I had to be emotionally willing to push myself in ways that were uncomfortable and unfamiliar and felt awkward. I had all these different ways that I was given the opportunity to explore which part now am I targeting. So at one point, Michael was pointing out that when we're doing the row with the rings into the Superman, which muscles, like how we're using our shoulders and all those muscles over here. And when you understand that, having heard that from him, the move was easier for me. So it happens in all different ways. Sometimes we know the whole thing, but we haven't really understood how each individual part has to participate in order to contribute to that whole outcome. It could also happen that we know the parts, and so we bring the parts together in order to experience the whole. And our focus is more on understanding the role of each individual part so that we get the whole benefit of that overall experience of that move, of that experience, whatever it might be, because a move isn't only happening on our physical plane. Moves are happening in subtle ways. So there are so many ways that we experience those limited parts informing us, revealing to us what the whole being is. And ultimately, what I've seen is if you pay attention to the whole, it's very unlikely that you're going to ignore the parts, because the whole is permeating all the parts. But if you're focusing only on the part, so for example, only on the finances, that becomes your main thing, only on your food preparation, that becomes your main thing, then these imbalances start to happen in our being. And then when the body has too much bulk, then it has less movement. When it has less movement, it has less dynamism, less generating power. This kind of generating power has really given us an incredible thrust into our daily life, into our intentions, into our follow-through, and into our inevitable success. So may we all understand what that means to go the extra mile with the parts and to be tuned in to the whole self, the whole being, so that we could bring all of our faculties to bear to accomplish whatever it is that we have deemed worthwhile for us to do at that particular time. Swaha.
So there you have it, folks. More kind, wise words. Super nice addition to our iMove program. Always worth hearing. Okay, folks. Having said that, that brings us to the end of another edition here in iMove World Inside the Ark. So, Shala. We will see you here again tomorrow for
another one in the books.